Hi, this is Rachel from Times. Today we'll be exploring how to integrate the Lehjah widget, the embedded accounting solution for your business. Lehjah is your gateway to embedding powerful accounting software directly into your platform without writing a single line of code. It offers seamless integration and a suite of tools for both technical and non-technical users. Once you're signed in and on your Lehjah dashboard, the next step is to ensure you're in the correct integration mode. At the top of your dashboard, you'll see an option to select your preferred integration method. Make sure you've selected Native Embedding. This setting ensures that all integration tools and configurations are tailored for embedding Lehjah directly into your platform. Once you're in native embedding mode, look at the left-hand sidebar and click on Data Connector. The Data Connector links Lehjah to your platform. It identifies your business, authenticates access, and pulls key data like date range and page number. To proceed, set up your platform variables. These variables are used to retrieve, send, and process data between your platform and Lehjah, ensuring the correct business information is displayed. In the Variables table, you'll notice that some values are automatically filled by Lehjah using data from your platform's backend. For example, Business ID pulled from your platform. This serves as the unique identifier for the business or user. For custom variables, Lehjah doesn't pre-fill any values since it doesn't know what extra data your platform might need. If your platform requires additional data, you'll need to manually enter the values in this section. Navigate to the business profile to set up the data connector. This allows Lehjah to pull data from your platform by making an HTTP request, API call. For the business profile setup, you need to configure request headers. These are the HTTP request headers required to retrieve the business profile. Proceed to enter the key and value. You can always add a new line if needed. Query parameters. These are the HTTP request query parameters required to retrieve the business profile. Proceed to enter the key and value. You can always add a new line if needed. Request data. These are the HTTP request body data required to retrieve the business profile. If an API requires body data, example password, it must be added. Proceed to enter the key and value. You can always add a new line if needed. Make request. This section defines the HTTP request endpoint and request type needed to retrieve the business profile. Choose the request method, get, post, update, etc. Enter your API endpoint and proceed to try it. If successful, you'll receive a confirmation message stating that your business profile has been successfully retrieved. Response mapping. Match your API's response fields to Lehjah's expected fields, such as business name, phone number, country, etc. Once done, click Save to finalize the setup. You can then proceed to configure wallet, transactions, invoices, or any other necessary sections. The next step is to install the Lehjah SDK based on your platform, JavaScript, React, or Angular. To do this, go to the Developers page from the sidebar menu. Here, you'll find your automatically generated public and secret API keys for authentication, as well as the available Lehjah SDKs to install based on your platform. To understand how the integration works, click on the Developers API documentation link. This will open in a new tab where you'll find details about embedded accounting and step-by-step instructions for integrating Lehjah into your platform. Inside the documentation, navigate to Embedded Components. This section provides SDKs for JavaScript, React, and Angular. These SDKs allow businesses to embed Lehjah's accounting features into their platform using npm installation. Choose the SDK that matches your platform, JavaScript, React, or Angular. Follow the installation instructions to install Lehjah via npm. Once the Lehjah package is installed, you can integrate the Lehjah accounting view into your web application using one of two methods. direct embed method, or script method. When integrating, you'll need to provide certain parameters. Some are required, while others are optional. Thank you for watching. See you next time.